Welcome to Genuine Coder, guys. Today I am going to show you how to develop a temperature graph in javafx, and in this program I have used the line graph for representing the graph, and the temperature is taken from the terminal using the sensor command. This program works only on Linux, since I have taken the temperature data from the terminal using the sensors command. What this application do is it execute the sensor command through a process and read the output, and the output contains 3 different temperature reading in my case, and in your case there will be more than 3, and I have processed this output and took these 3 readings and given to the line chart. Moreover, I have used a thread in order to separate the UI from the process of taking or reading the temperature from the terminal, and I have applied some cool CSS in order to customize the look and feel of the graph. And so let us start development. I'm starting a new project. Let us create a new javafx XML application, and let it be temperature monitor, and finish it. Okay, and I should have a temperature monitor, because the temperature monitor and first thing first, let us add a line chart into this XML document. I want to increase the size of the stage and line chart. Okay, now I have already made tutorial on how to use the line chart. If you haven't seen that, just watch that video to understand the usage of line chart. Here I am just setting the name of the line chart. Let it be temperature monitor. That's fine. You can change the position to 4 directions from the slide, and this is the one that is giving animation when we are adding values dynamically, so I'm keeping the animated true, and that's pretty much it. So the next thing, I have to give a name. Let it be line chart, so that's fine. View, show sample control skeleton, and that's it. So I need the XML controller file. I have deleted the label and handle button action, so I don't want that anymore. I'm importing the line chart presenting the javafx scene.chart.line chart. So that's it. The next thing I have to do is I want to write a thread that will read the temperature from the sensor command via terminal connection. So I hope you know about threads, and I am making a new class temperature reader implements runnable. Once we declare a class as runnable, then its object can be passed to a thread in order to implement parallelism. So I got a run command. So next thing I have to do is I have to create a connection to this terminal so that I can execute the sensor command. No, it is not sensor, it is sensors command to get this output. This can be done by using a process class process is equal to runtime dot get runtime dot execute, and in this section I want to give the command census, and it will throw some errors, and I want to cache it. There will be a lot of exceptions, so I'm just catching the exception as a whole using the parent exception class of all other exceptions. And the next thing I want to do is I want to get a handle to read from this output. Now I have a process that is connecting to this census command, and this process can read the output of this census command. So that can be done using a buffered reader. Buffered reader is equal to new buffered reader, and it takes an input stream, new input stream reader, and now we can give the pros.get input stream. So the input stream of the process is now available in the reader, and we can go for normal reading operation like string line is equal to now simple, then while line is equal to reader dot read line not equal to null. So this while loop will execute until all the lanes are fetched, and after the fetching of last line, the reader dot read line will return a null value which will terminate the loop. So let's give a system output command to see whether it is working. So that's it, that's pretty much. So the next thing we have to do is we have to create a new thread and associate this runnable, an object of this runnable class, and that can be done using thread th is equal to new thread. This is not necessary at this level, but we have to do this when we are using user interface like line chart components. So th new thread, and I am giving a new object of this temperature reader class, and let us start the thread and let's run it. So see, we got the output which is very much similar or like this output here in our inside our Java program. And what I want to do is I want to repeat the process. I want to get the temperature reading in a periodic manner, so I am giving an infinite loop while true. Do this, and of course I don't want to lose my entire processing power on this infinite loop, so I just giving a thread.sleep. So it will fetch the temperature, sleep for 1 minute, 1 second, which is 1000 millisecond, and repeat the process. And let's see that. See, you can see that for each second, for every second, we are getting the temperature reading, and you can change the time for sleep by changing the parameter in the sleep command, sleep function. And what should we do? The next thing we have to do is we are getting the output like this, something like this. What we want to do is we want to extract these three readings, which is plus 56, plus 50, plus 58. These are the current temperature readings, and I don't want this one because it is constant for every reading. And in order to extract this temperature reading, I am going to use the pattern function by passing a regular expression. So pattern p is equal to pattern dot compile. This allow me to process the string with certain regular expression, and what I am going to do is I want to give this expression plus 1 2 3. So if I use this pattern, I am checking this output for this pattern with a positive symbol, a plus symbol, and 3 consecutive values, which is 5, 6 point, and I need one more. And in the read line, let us take the let us define a matcher. A matcher is used to match a given string with the pattern, and matcher m is equal to p dot matcher, and we are giving the line symbol. So that's it. Now the matcher contains the matching information of the pattern with the given line, which is the line read from the process. And if m dot find, this method will return true only if the given string contains the pattern. So that's fine. If m dot find, we want to write a command found match found equals plus, and using m dot group command you can get the output of the pattern that is matched. And let's see the output. The program is already running. So see, we got the match found plus 61.0. So that's exactly what we want. And I don't want this line anymore. I just want to show you how the program is working. See, we got match plus 65, plus 63, like that. And what I want is, I want positive integers. I don't want this plus symbol. So I'll be removing that. And before doing so, I want to set some data structures for this line chart, and let me use it from the previous code. I have style.css is not required. This is my previous code. So I have created a XY series, 3 series, which is for first reading of the code, second reading, and third reading. And I want to use it here, XY chart dot. So I basically am creating 3 series of values in order to get 3 separate lines in the graph. Let me explain that by showing the program. So the first series corresponds to this core, and the second series corresponds to this one, and third series corresponds to this one. That's why we need 3 cores, and we're good to go. So the next thing we have to do is we have to initialize it, and we also want to set this line chart to number, x-axis and y-axis, and series is equal to new xy chart number xy chart dot series. So that's fine. Oh, we don't want this. Okay, then we need the same code for the other 2 variables. And next thing we can do is we have to set some values. Set name, which is what we have seen in the example as core 0, core 1, core 2. Actually it is not core 0, core 1, core 2, but I am, for just illustrating, I am giving the name core 0, core 1, core 2. So that's fine. And the next thing I have to do is I want to add the values that is extracted in this stage during the parsing, and I want to set the sleep interval to 2 seconds in order to view things clearly. Okay, so I am getting 4 values. Let's see what is it. So I have 3 values, and I am getting this one, that is temperature 1 and this temperature, this temperature, this temperature. So let me use 4 values. Let us create one more series. Series 3. Yes, that's fine. And let that be core 3. So this is series 2, series 1, and series 2. So that should work fine. And here we need to change something. That is, we want to associate the temperature readings to this series of values, and I'm gonna use another variable which is core number equal to 0, which is used to identify the core. And now let us remove the plus symbol by using a substring of the m.group output, and I want substring from the 1 so that I can get rid of the plus symbol. So now you can see that I am getting the temperature reading without plus symbol, so that's fine. And I have to write a switch case here, but before that I want to pass the string to some kind of double variable. So double temperature is equal to double dot pass a double, then the same one, that is m dot group dot substring. So that's okay, that's fine. And I want to switch the core number. So I have basically 4 cores ranging from 0, and in the first case, the output will be correspond to the temperature 1. I am giving the name as core 0, and I want to associate this value with the first series, which means the series 1. So series dot get data dot add new XY chart dot data and object value. So this is the X value and this is the Y value, and I need the X value as the counter, so I'm setting it as counter, and the Y value to this temperature. And there is some more issues. Expected one more parenthesis is missing. So that's it. I need a break case, and this looks fine. And I have to repeat this code for 3 more cases. So it is case 2, case 3, and series.getData.add. And in this case, I want to add series 1, series 2, series 3 with the counter and the temperature. And you might be confused about the working of the program, but let me tell you, in the first case, during the first execution of this command, the counter value will be set to 1. So, and the core number will be 0, and I want to increment this. So first case, in the core number will be 0, so the value will be given to the first series, which is the series maintained for this temperature. And in the second case, the counter value will be the same, but the core number will be increased by 1, so it will be case 1, and this value will be added to the series 1. And similarly, plus 50 to series 2 and plus 58 to series 3. And during the next iteration, the core number will be set to 0 due to the execution from the start of the loop, and again the counter will be increased by 1, and the temperature 1 will go to series 1, and the physical ID 0 to series temperature 1 will go to series, and physical ID 0 to series 1, etc., etc. So that's it. So that's how it works. And let us see the output. I'm checking for whether there is any errors. I think it should work fine. So there is an exception. Let's see what is it. Null pointer exception in the section series tree, and I haven't created the series tree. I'm sorry for that. So I need a series. No, it is series 1, series 1, series 3. Sorry, series 3, series 3, series 3. So that's okay. And one more time. So it is not showing. That is because we haven't associated this series with our line chart, and that can be done here. We can associate the series with a chart using line chart dot get. Oh, once again, it is associated using chart dot get data, line chart dot get data dot add, and series, and we need to add series 1, series 2, series 3 also. So that's it. There is one more issue, that is even after I have closed the program, the temperature monitor program is running. This is because of the separate process I have created, and the easiest way to get rid of this application is to add a on-close request listener, a window event listener, and exiting the program completely when the user clicks on the close button. And that can be added in the temperature monitor .java file where the actual program starts, and I'm going to copy and paste the code. So it will wait for the close request, and when the close request occurs, it will execute this system.exit command to completely kill the program, and that will solve the issue. And let's run the code. Again, there are other issues caused by integer cannot be cast to java.lang.string. That's problem occurring because even though we have set the line chart to number, the x-axis is expecting a string value. So the cast issue can be eliminated using changing the line chart data types to string. So it won't harm any of the working or functionality of our graph, but will solve the problem. And okay, no, we have no errors. And one more thing that we have forgot is to increment the counter value. It can't be set inside the while loop because it will always be 1. So I'm sorry for that. We have to set the counter value to 1 there, and of course we have to increment the counter value after each iteration of the while loop. And let us see the output of the program. Okay, so the graph is a little bit slow because we have set the sleep command to something like 2000, which is 2 seconds, and let's decrement that to 1000. So that's it, guys. That's how you create a temperature graph. Or wait, it is not like the one I have shown in the beginning. And in order to do that, we have to add some styling to this temperature monitor line graph using CSS. So let's do the CSS work. The interesting thing about the javafx graph is they are very beautiful and dynamic, and of course we want to increase the size or fit the line chart to the screen when we maximize or minimize it. So let's do that first. So this is our temperature monitor, and let us make it setting O values to 30, 30, 30. So okay, now let's run the program. This is my previous one, So let's run the code. So now the program is resizable, it is dynamic and working good. But I'm missing one core, right? No, there are 4 cores. Okay. Oh, series 1, series 2, series 3. And now we can go for the CSS styling. So in order to add the CSS styling, you can do that by new cascade style sheet, and I'm going to name it as my CSS. That's fine. And I have taken some CSS samples from the javafx documentation for changing the behavior of the line graph, and it is this style.css, and I'm going to copy and paste it right here in my CSS.css. And the next thing I have to do is I have to associate this CSS with my chart, and that can be done from the property section, adding new style sheet, temperature monitor, my CSS.css. And one more thing, I want to associate the class, the dot chart class, with the line chart. That is done by clicking here and chart. Okay, so that should do. And let's run the program. So I am having some issues. You see, the background is still some kind of white, and we have to change that. And I have defined dot pane with background color as fx background color 0a 0a 0a, and I want to associate this anchor pane with the style class in order to set the background color. I set the background color of the component dot pane as some kind of black, and I am going to associate that with the anchor pane. So that's it. That's working fine. And now let us run the program, and you can see that it's working fine. It's working pretty fine actually, and it is resizable. You can change the CSS styling by editing the my CSS.css file, and let me explain what all these components means. So the default color chart.series.line corresponds to the value or the color of each of these cores, and there is a core 0, core 1, core 2, and I have set the color of first one as red, that's why it is red, and the second one as green, and in this case I have 4 lines, and let me set it something like aqua. And you might be wondering why we are not seeing the third line. This is because the core 0 and the core 3 and core 1 have the same value, because I have only 3 sensors and they are overlapped with each other. That's why it's not showing. And so that is the need for these 4 CSS colors. And the background of the pane is set using .pane1, and the horizontal grids, the color of the horizontal lines are set using horizontal grid size, and horizontal vertical grid line, these y-axis lines color, are set using the chart vertical grid lines, which is set to white in this case, and the plot background is set to transparent. There are 2 background settings can be given to a line chart, which is a background color for this much section and the outer part, which can be seen. See, if we consider this is the part of plot, what was its name, the plot background, and this is the normal background. You can set a different color for the border and the plot background, and in this case I have set it to transparent, and the legend means this part of the section, the title, core 0, core 1, core 2, core 3. This is the part where the legend comes in, and we have set it to transparent. And the remaining things that is very much similar to other CSS styling, which is the chart padding and chart. We can set the chart title color using the chart title and the content padding, etc., etc. And so that's it guys. That's how you create a temperature monitor graph in JavaFX with a link to the terminal. And thank you for watching. Let me know your comments in the comment section. Like if you liked it, dislike if you dislike it, subscribe for more cool videos. Thank you.